Hello and welcome back everyone to this live demo session on SAP ABAP on HANA cum S4HANA technical training with me, Anubhav. In this live demo session, I'm going to take you through the brief journey of how do you develop a SAP S4HANA application. If you are an ABAP consultant or a technical SAP advocate, how can you ramp up yourself to this new journey of S4HANA solutions and build amazing applications for your company? So let's talk about the agenda for this demo. We will understand who is this course for. You will be able to map your current job responsibilities with regard to this training and understand whether this training is going to help you or not. We will discuss about the overview of this course. What can you expect in next 40 hours of this journey? Followed by we will talk about our use case for demo today. Then we will have some of the frequently asked questions and also a round of live question and answers in the demo. Having said that, let's understand who's this training for. So here are the different developer personas when it comes to attending this training. If you're working like an ABAP consultant like Jackson, who would like to embrace the change in the technology and make your ABAP programs run faster on top of HANA or build amazing ABAP application, this training is going to help you. If you are like Vladia, who is a Scrum professional and willing to understand how does the HANA-based development project works, how to estimate for better tomorrow, and create or run a complete end-to-end implementation lifecycle of an S4HANA project or a migration project from suite on HANA to S4HANA, what it means for your team and for effort estimation, this training is also going to help you. If you're working like Zakir, who is a BW consultant, currently building BAX queries or other DSOs in a BW system, would like to now build CDS views and create analytics on top of it and expose the data from your S4HANA solution to OLAP tools, for example, Analytics Cloud, this training is also going to help you. If you're like Kelly, who is in any SAP consultant, would like to understand and build applications on top of SAP S4HANA or HANA solution and exploit the full potential of SAP's in-memory database, which is HANA, this training is also going to help you. As I mentioned, there is no need for you to have any prerequisite on HANA. This training is designed in such a way that any consultant who never ever worked on HANA will also be able to understand and build and create applications on top of HANA as well as S4HANA solutions. All right. So what can you expect in the next 40 hours of this journey? We will first begin to understand the evolution of NetWeaver layer, understand what it means for your company to go on HANA, also introduction to SAP HANA, its components and computing engine, followed by the important frameworks which have been recently introduced by SAP, like CDS BOPF integration, an IDA framework, or fuzzy search. In the second phase, we will understand how to leverage full potential of SAP S4HANA solution to build CDS views. This comprises almost 50% of our course, which includes building views, adding security, creating virtual data models, migrating your custom code. All of this we will be covering as part of our journey. We'll then understand the basics of SAP HANA, its architectural components, and how does an ABAP system needs HANA. You will be learning about the latest tools like Business Application Studio, ABAP Development Tool on Eclipse, and HANA Studio. All of this from scratch I will be covering as part of this journey. You will finally learn and build amazing Fiori application on top of CDS views using annotations and Fiori elements, which comprises the power of SAP HANA. So you will also understand what it means when your company migrate from a non-SAP S4 solution to S4 HANA solution. For example, ECC to S4. We will learn about custom code adaptations and S4 HANA readiness checks to help you migrating or converging your systems to S4 HANA. This is all will be part of your training journey. So what do we see in the demo today? In our demo today, we will take a use case. we will start our development tool, which is called as ADT, so-called ABAP development tool on Eclipse, because that is a preferred tool for building applications on S4HANA. Then we will create our first CDS view in today's session, understand basics of CDS, annotate our CDS view by enriching it with some annotations, and then create a service on top of our data. Finally, integrate this with SAP S4HANA solution and display all the information integration to the end user at the end of it. This will be the entire journey of our today's demo session. So let's try and understand our use case for today's session. Imagine you are working in the sports industry on a SAP S4HANA solution. You have been asked to analyze the IPL auctions data of most recent years. By implementing such analytical displays, IPL team sponsors can take more data-driven decisions during the auctions, optimize their team compositions, manage their budget efficiently, and also ultimately enhance the chances of success in the tournament. So what we have done today, we have prepared the demo data set in a SAP S4HANA solution for you. For this demonstration, we will be utilizing that data to actually create data analytics and data insights. So let me first show you our data with the practical use case. So we have got here the data of their most recent IPL auctions, which includes the country, the player name, the team name, the base price, the winning bid price, currency, and calendar year. So this is the data set. As you can see here, we have different country specific players with the different teams which have actually bid for these different players, and how much was the base price and what was the winning price for the certain players in which year. This way you will be able to adjust, configure, calculate the budgets and look at which are the top IPL players auction the highest price. So this way you will be able to judge and plan much better for your coming tournament and your bidding process. So let's go ahead and now understand how do we implement this. To do that, we will begin with creating a CDS view. So let's start with what is a CDS view. Remember, this is a demo session. I will not be able to go deep dive inside every aspect of CDS view, but to be able to give you a very short and sweet introduction, which will be enough for you to get started with this journey and understand my training technique. So first of all, what is a CDS view? CDS stands for Core Data and Services. These are the new type of data models in SAP S4HANA solution. They are semantically rich data model and optimized for the performance of the system. So basically what SQL can do, usually in SAP system, we write reports, programs, select queries. Instead of using that, now we use CDS view. The reason being semantically rich data model. So first benefit you get is basically annotations. These annotations have lots of power, as you will see also in our today's demo class. We will be creating an analytical list report application, which will consume the data from our CDS view. So what you do in ABAP is traditionally using select query. In a very similar manner, you will do it here in CDS views. Now, CDS views evolved a lot, and nowadays we use a new version of CDS view called CDS entities. CDS entities are just like CDS views. In our unit number 11 in our training, I will cover more detail about CDS view versus CDS entity. But for now, it is good enough for us to get started with this use case using a CDS entity. So what are the tools we are going to use in today's demo session for you to learn and create our use case? So as any one of you worked on BW, ABAP or any SAP system, you use SAP GUI tool. But coming with SAP S4HANA solution, nowadays we are using more powerful tools. And here we have ABAP development tool for Eclipse. This is the tool as a developer we will be using today. I will show you the installation and setup of this tool in my next class. So for demonstration, I have already set up this tool through which we will be connecting to our SAP S4HANA solution, which runs on top of HANA database. Then after creating this, we will be building a CDS view on top of it. And then we need to build an application. So nowadays, all the applications are designed and optimized for mobile, tablet, and smart devices. So we use something called Fiori apps. So nowadays, we build Fiori apps only in SAP solution. And to build Fiori apps, we use another tool called Business Application Studio, which runs on BTP platform. Yes, it's called as BAS, Business Application Studio. So I will be using these tools, but in my next episode, I will show you how did I reach to these tools, how did I set up to these tools. Now, in order to expose your data of ERP over the internet to make your web application ready, you need services. So without services, we cannot expose our data on the internet. So here we use something called OData services. So don't worry if you're new to OData. I will also cover a complimentary session on OData service. So step number 1, we will log into our tool. Step number 2, we will create a CDS view. Step number 3, we will create a service. Step number 4, we will connect to BAS tool. Step number 5, we will create our Fiori app. And step number 6, we will enhance our CDS view with some extra lines of code to see the impact of the change. So let's get started with our data set and create our first CDS view or CDS entity in the system. I'm going to switch over back. I will be using this database table. If you are new to ADT tool, don't worry. In the next episode, I will show you how to set up this ADT tool. I will come back over here and now I will just create a new CDS view or CDS entity. So let's come here and search for core data and service. So this is just like your SEAT environment. You will get very comfortable with this training to this new tool. So I come and put the name. So let's say Z Gen IPL auction data. You're simply going to query the data from the table. We will choose CDS view entity. So starting NetWeaver 757, you can see the CDS views are obsolete. So in this training, we will focus more on CDS entities. So let's finish. And this is how an entity look like. And I was telling you about semantically rich data model. So you can see these are basically known as annotations. Annotations bring in special functionality to your CDS views and entities. We will cover more about these annotations in unit number 10 during our training. Yes. So for now, we are happy with what it has generated, the basic skeleton. And now we will just put our database table name, which is ZIPL auction. In addition to that, I will just add here the properties by pressing Control Space on my keyboard. Now you can see, since we have currency related amount fields, system is forcing us to give an annotation to tell for this amount, for this price, what's a currency code. So for that, again, we will put a annotation called semantic dot amount dot currency code, and we will link it with this currency field. Fantastic. So this way we attach or we tell the computer what is the corresponding currency for these amount fields, because these are the bidding price and winning price for the player. Fantastic. In addition to that, since we are planning to do data analytics and data insights, we need to add another annotation here to tell the computer to total the base price. So I can see how much was the total base price per country or per player or per team for each of the bidding process. So let me put another annotation called default aggregation as sum. I do that, save it. And my next step will be to create a service. So it's super easy. Just put OData publish true. As I mentioned, we would like to create a service which can expose the data over the internet. Yes. So this is all our data set now. In addition, we can just activate and register our service which system will publish for us. Also, you need to mention an annotation called analytic.data category as cube, because our goal will be to do a multi-dimensional reporting using analytics. So this is why we're marking it as a cube. Fantastic. So a service gets created. You can see when I hover the mouse, the name of the service will be same name as the CDS view name. underscore CDS. So I copy this name, I go to another session, and I register this service using a transaction code /n/IWFND/main service. So let me just go to another session and main service. This is the T code where we register our service. So add the service, register our service, and congratulations. So this is a one-time activity. I will cover also a complimentary lecture on basics of OData for all of you as part of our training. So if you're new to OData, you will also be able to understand. So within 10 to 15 minutes, I was able to expose my ERP data out. I was able to create a service, and I was able to annotate with additional notation related to data analytics and data insights. So which these are the steps we have done. So we logged into the system. We created a CDS view. We created a service. Next step will be to connect to the BAS tool, Business Application Studio tool. The setup of BAS tool will be covered in unit number 7 in our training. Then we connect and we now create a Fiori application. So we switch over back to the BAS tool. This is how the BAS tool look like when you start it. Let me also change the color theme to make it more visually appealing. And here is where we can actually create a project. So we choose project. And by the way, offline, I have already created a connection between the BAS tool and our company S4HANA system, which we are using today. So this connection and all setup and everything we will be covering during our training days. As today is a demo session, I would like to directly show you the final product, how it looks like. So we choose a Fiori application. We are living in 21st century. And in this 21st century, the tools are becoming very powerful. The time is gone when you used to write every small part of application yourself. So now we use analytic list page application, which is part of SAP S4HANA embedded analytics also. We will also be touching upon that in our training. And now we connect to our data source. So I will be connecting to a system. And before the demo session started, I have already configured a system for all of you so that you all will be not wasting time with me to show me doing all the basic connections. However, in our training, I will be teaching you how to do these connections all live in the live classes. So you will be able to connect to even your company systems to build these applications. So now we copy the name of the CDS view because that will be the same name as the service name to enter basically our service over here. So we paste the service name and we can find the service over here. I click on the next button now to import all the entities. Entity is nothing but the name of the CDS to pull the data from that service, which is the only one entity. And then I can configure different application options, which I will cover more in detail in coming episodes. But for now, we go with the default. We will finally provide the details of the project. So let's provide the module name as IPL app, and I can say IPL auction application. And I click on finish. This will then automatically generate the skeleton or the project for us out of the box. So this is the 21st century tooling, guys, which allows us to quickly generate the applications out of the box. Wow. So now, once the application is generated, you can see the source code. Yes. And literally, you don't need to have any knowledge on Fiori at all. Yes, because we will be able to generate and build and test and run this application end to end directly to our end user with the help of CDS views only. Yes. So let us go ahead now and run the application. Like this. It is starting up and pop-up blocker needs to be open to launch and test my application in the machine. So it starts our application connecting to our SAP S4HANA data, which we stored in the database table in SAP. So it is going to start our application now. And there you go. You can see the result, and I can adopt the filter over here to choose different properties in case I want. I can adopt here the columns, which will display the data to the end user like this. And I can see all the data will come over here in the output. But my user don't like this because I don't want my user to come and, choose these properties over here. I would automatically want these things to be visible to the end user. So for that reason, now you go back and add annotations. So I would want a filter to be added for country. So I will add a annotation called selection field, position 1. I will also add end user text label as country. You can search country by country name, by team name, and by player name. So we will put the same annotations over there. So 2 and 3. In addition, I would want my country to be displayed in the table also. So we add another annotation called line item to display the columns inside the table, pre-configured. So we are configuring everything over here, and it will automatically generate all the output for us out of the box. Yeah. So this is the data set which we are configuring. So we've configured 5 columns and 3 input fields. I will activate my view, and I will cover more about UI annotations in unit number 12, 13, 14, where you will understand all the different kinds of UI annotations which you can use with these applications. We come back and refresh the app now. And now, since we have added the annotations, the semantically rich data model, it will automatically guide our user interface to display the columns. You can see country, player, team, base price, and calendar. All the data has come up over here. Fantastic. Wow. Nice. Now, the reason being my field's not coming because there is no data element in the database table for these fields. If there would have been a data element because they are directly typed, if there would have been a data element, then the label would have come or the selection field would have come properly. But we are good enough. And next step is to also add a chart here. So we would want to show the total base price per country or per team. Yeah. So let's go and add a chart control. And we will just attach over here the properties for the chart, like the chart type. I will put it as a column chart. Then we will put the dimensions and measures. So in school days, you remember we used to create charts. And whenever we create charts, we use x-axis and y-axis in school days, right? So this is what we are doing usually. So here we have dimensions and we will have measures. So I will have measures. And I will put here the dimension as, let's say, the team name. That's my x-axis I'm defining. And my y-axis will be the total base price for all the players for that particular team. And then I will plot them. So I will say dimension attributes. Please plot my dimension, which is team name, which I chosen as a dimension, on my x-axis, which is called category. And then measure attributes. The measure name will be the base price as axis 1 and will be act as a data point so that when user can click on a chart and it can do the filtering for us also. I can activate and magic will happen now when you run the UI. So you can see there is no chart here. This is a fully ready analytical application which allows multi-level filtering, sorting, searching, slicing, and dicing of our data. So I can come back and refresh the page and let's see what happens. So I click on go button and you can see, voila, there you go. You can see how beautiful this looks like. You can also change the chart orientation or the chart type. And it shows all the team names with their bidding price. So you can see almost all of them are equal, but the least one are these ones. These are new teams perhaps. So now I choose Kolkata Knight Riders, and voila, it will filter all the players of Kolkata Knight Riders. You can see starting 2013 till 2023, the top bidding players of Kolkata Knight Riders. I maybe choose Rajasthan Royals, and then you'll see the filtering is being done based on that. So based on the team you choose, the system does the filtering for you out of the box. And this way we can slice and dice the data quite easily with the help of our analytical application. There is a lot you can do in this. In fact, your user also can do a lot of different things when it comes to working with these applications. There is a lot of sorting, searching, filtering, slicing, dicing, export to Excel. All these features are out of the box in this application. And the application can also auto adapt to an iPhone. You can also check the application, how it's going to look like in an iPhone 12 Pro. And that's how you can explore, the application and its behavior quite easily and nicely when it comes to building and running this application on smart devices. So this is the true power and nature of Fiori, which comes out of the box. And within like 30 minutes, we were able to build such an amazing application in the live system. So that was a quick sharp demo on our use case, how we can build, serve, and create applications end-to-end on S4HANA. Having said that, let's move to some of the FAQs. So Anubhav, do I need prior knowledge on HANA for this training? As I mentioned, no, there is no HANA knowledge required for this course. HANA Foundation will be part of this package. So we will cover HANA basics as part of this training. So you don't need to know anything about HANA. How much of the ABAP knowledge required for this course? Only basic ABAP knowledge, which includes data dictionary, internal table, basic ABAP syntax, and function module. That is it. And that is also just for the 30% of the training, not for the whole training. Remaining 70% training doesn't require any ABAP knowledge because we'll spend a lot of time on HANA specific topics and SQL scripting and AMDPs and CDS views, which are quite new topic even for ABAP developers. So you don't need too much of ABAP knowledge. I am from BW or BI background. Can I learn ABAP on HANA? Certainly, yes. You will be able to do that, and then you can help your company to build and utilize embedded analytics on S4HANA. And it is extremely important these days for all the BW consultants to also learn S4HANA and ABAP on HANA with CDS views. How much of OOPS ABAP is required? Very little basic knowledge like what is a class, what is an interface. That's more than enough for understanding and learning this training. So what about server access, Anubhav? In case my company don't arrange a server for me for this course, what to do? So we can arrange a server for you, and that is exactly what I will cover in tomorrow's session. How can you access our server, which is an on-demand server, in case you are a freelancer consultant or you are currently not on a project or you don't want to use client system. Certainly you can practice. I promise that all of you will go out of this training with proper hands-on. So this way you will be able to learn and build amazing experiences using S4HANA training with us. So we will cover how to access server access in the next class tomorrow. Which version of S4HANA we are going to use? So we'll use latest 2023 on-premise release, which was released out in September. We've already upgraded our server to latest 2023 with HANA 2.0 ABAP layer. And how much of this course we spend time on CDS? So almost 40 to 50% time we'll spend on CDS views, CDS entities, CDS security. All the aspects of CDS will be covered in this training. Do I need any prior OData service experience for attending this course? No, no prior OData experience required. We will cover complementary OData as part of this course. Can I also take this course in video mode if timing doesn't suit me? Certainly, yes. You can go ahead and attend and take this training into video mode without any problem. So you can go through the videos of recorded classes, and that way you'll be able to quickly adapt and learn things. In case you miss a class, also you can watch the video of the missed classes. So we will be sharing the videos of these classes right after the class so that you can go through them. In case you want to fast track your learning, you can go pure video mode training of the most recently completed batch. So what tool do we need for practicing this training? we need ADT tool, ABAP development tool on Eclipse, and I will explain the setup of this in the next episode. So our next class is tomorrow, where I will show you how to set up these tools in your system, including the BAS tool for building Fiori app, as you saw in the demo. So all of the installation, setup, configuration is all will be covered. So in your company, when you go, you will be able to follow through my sessions and do the work accordingly. Finally, last and most important, how to join this training. To join this training, you can just check the description of the video, or you can just mail us on contact@anubhavtrainings.com for signing up on these courses, on this particular course. Just drop us an email, and certainly we will help you to enroll for this training and join the classes from tomorrow. With that, Anubhav signing out. Thank you so much for taking your time today for this live demo session on S4HANA. I hope to see you in my next class tomorrow at the same time. Have a nice day and goodbye.